This is a film showing a Boeing 757 passenger aircraft operating on a remote blue ice runway in Antarctica. The airstrip in Antarctica is located on the Union Glacier, and it is in operation over the austral summer months from October to February, after which operations cease for the year. Our Boeing 757 was parked beside an Aleutian IL-76 heavy lift transport which carries cargo to the Union Glacier for AEL. It was a comfortable flight to Antarctica in the chartered Icelandic Air Boeing 757, which has replaced the Aleutian IL-76 for passenger transport. The jet only carries 60 passengers on this flight, but it also carries cargo for AEL. We were lucky to have clear skies so we could see the snow-covered mountains of the Antarctic Peninsula and the peak of Mount Vincent, the highest peak in Antarctica, at 4,892 meters or 16,050 feet. The remote AEL camp is located in the spectacular southern Ellsworth Mountains on the broad expanse of the Union Glacier. The blue ice runway has a scalloped surface, which makes its surface rougher than an asphalt runway. The weather was ideal with a 20-knot wind blowing down the runway when the Boeing 757 approached. Mother Nature largely maintains the runway with the exception of some minor snow clearance. As it is a non-instrumented runway, big jets require weather that allows them to see the runway from about 20 to 30 kilometers or 12 to 18 miles out when at an altitude of 2,100 meters or 7,000 feet. The runway's profile has a pronounced vertical curve that means an observer can't see the total length of the runway when standing at either end. The first ever landing of a commercial Boeing 757 passenger airliner on a blue ice runway in Antarctica occurred in 2015 at Union Glacier. We drove the 8 kilometers to the AEL camp in a slow-moving track Tucker snowcat. Finally, after several weeks of activity, our stay in Antarctica was over, and it was time to fly out. However, poor weather repeatedly delayed the 757's flight from Chile. Finally, after a delay of 4 days, the conditions were right for the flight of the 757 from Punta Arenas to the Union Glacier, and we were headed out to the runway. During our drive to the runway, we glanced back towards the AEL camp and could see a pair of skydivers who had jumped from a twin otter slowly descending to a landing at the camp. It was a relief to watch our 757 touch down on the blue ice runway, as it marked our first step on our long journey home from Antarctica. The runway is naturally crevasse-free, and strong winds flowing down from the surrounding mountains keep the runway generally free from snow. As it is a non-instrumented runway, big jets require weather that allows them to see the runway from about 20 to 30 kilometers or 12 to 18 miles out when at an altitude of 2,100 meters or 7,000 feet. With the 757 stopped in position at the end of the runway for cargo handling and takeoff, the new arrivals disembarked and the ground crew quickly unloaded the cargo and loaded the plane with our luggage and refuse, such as huge containers of urine for removal to Punta Arenas. The blue ice runway was certified by the Chilean Directorate of General Civilian Aviation in 2008 for VFR use. It has a maximum length of 3,100 meters or 10,000 feet and a width of about 50 meters or 164 feet. Finally, it was our time to board the plane for our return flight back to a world afflicted with the Omicron virus. Several more PCR tests would await us on our journey back home, but at least the long journey had started. Witnessing the operation of the Boeing 757 passenger aircraft in Antarctica is a unique travel experience. If you enjoyed this film, please subscribe and like. There are many more similar films available on my channel.